So we are going to start with differentiation part 2. So part 1 video is already done. Question number 1 and 2 we have done. This is question number 3. So we'll continue this with question number 3. You can see we have used power rule to find out the differentiation uh, of any function. So we'll be using the same power rule, but the questions will be little simplified. So let's do first question of question number 3. It says y equals to x into x plus 5. The function is y equals to x into x plus 5. So let's simplify a little bit more. We will be opening the bracket by expanding x square plus 5x. Just I multiplied this with this and this with this. So now we can differentiate this one. So if I differentiate with respect to x, I'll be getting, because the power is 2, power will come in front, and x to power 2 minus of 1 is 1, so I'll not write that. And differentiation of 5 into x will be 5, because the power is 1 here. When the power will come and multiply with 5, and 1 minus of 1 will be equals to, the exponential will be 0, so x raised to by any number will be 0. In this case, for example, if we have to differentiate this one, if I want to differentiate this one, so I have to bring this 1 in the front. So when this 1 comes in front, it will be multiplied with 5, so 5, and 1 minus of 1 will be the power. So 1 minus of 1 is 0, so anything raised to power 0 is 1. So 5 into 1 gives you 5. So it means that if you're having any variable with a constant, so you'll be getting, if you have any variable with a single power and having a constant, you'll be getting the coefficient itself. So this is how it's done. We'll do more questions so that it will be easy for you. So we got the answer as 2x plus 5. So let's do the b part. So y equals to 3x, x minus of 4. So same way we'll be expanding the bracket. So 3x square minus of 12x, 4 times 3 is 12x. So now we can differentiate with respect to x. So here 3 times 2 is 6 and x to power 1, because 2 minus of 1 is 1. And here I told you differentiation of 12x will be equals to 12, because the power comes 1, this power there is 1, so when it multiplied with 12, so it will be 12 itself, and 1 minus of 1 be 0. So if you don't understand this, you have to watch my video part 1. I have explained you the power rule, so go and watch, you will get to know about the power rule. So part C, y equals to x square 2x minus of 3. So we have to expand the bracket. It gives you, when I expand the bracket, it will be like 2 times x cube, because this one multiplied with this, 2 times x cube minus of 3 times x square. So y will be equals to, when I differentiate with respect to dy by dx, will be equals to 3 times 2 is 6 x square minus of 6x. Okay, so this will be the part C. Let's do part D. Y equals to 2x cube and 4x plus 1. So we have to expand a little. So we have to multiply this with this term first. So 4 times 2 is 8. 8 and x cube into x is x4, plus, when this will be multiplied with this 1, so same number 2x cube. Now we'll differentiate with respect to x. So 8 times 4 is 32. X cube, power when subtracted with 1, we have to subtract with the power, so that becomes x cube, plus 3 times 2 is 6 x square. So this is how it's done. Then we have y equals to x plus 4 x plus 2. So we have to open up the bracket, individually multiplying this with this one, we got x square. This with this one, we got 2x. Same way, uh, we are going to multiply 4. So 4 into x is 4x, and 4 into 2 is 8. So now we can differentiate this, but we can simplify a little bit more, because 2x plus x is 6x, 2x plus 4x is 6x plus of 8. So now we can differentiate this with respect to x. Power comes in front, 2 times 1 is 2, and x to power 1, because 2 minus of 1 is 1, plus, I told you, when the coefficient is having only the variable, one variable with power 1, then the number will be only left, because this 1 will be multiplied with 6. So we got 6x to power 0, because 1 minus of 1 is 0. Like this, I'll explain you again. If I differentiate this one, 6x, so this is 1 power, this need to be multiplied with 6. 6 into 1 is 6, and 1 is subtracted from the power. Already 1 is there, we will be subtracting 1 to it. So when we will subtract this 1 with 1, we will get 0. So anything raised to power 0 is 1. So 6 to power 1. You should remember that a raised to power 0 is 1, or anything raised to power 0 should be equals to 1. So x raised to power 0 is 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. So 6x, after differentiation, we are just left with 6. So we got 6 here, plus differentiation of any constant will be 0. Last time also I discussed this one. Differentiation of any constant value will be 0. Okay, so we will not differentiate it there. So f, same way we have to expand this bracket. So if I expand this bracket, x will be multiplied with x to get x square, and this will be multiplied with this one to get 2x. This will be multiplied with this minus of 5x. This will be multiplied with this minus of 10. Now we have to simplify a little bit more, because this 2 have x. So if I simplify, it will give you minus of 3x minus of 10. 2x minus of 5x minus 3x. So now differentiate with respect to x. We'll get 2x minus of 3, and differentiation of any constant is 0. 2x minus of 3 will be your answer. So we'll do these questions one by one. These are also a little bit, we have to simplify it further. So for the A question, y equals to x into x plus of 5. Are these questions matching? Yeah, these questions are matching, so we'll not do these questions. I think A, B, C, D, E, F are matching. G. Okay, so these questions are actually matching. So we'll not do these questions. So these questions we have already done. So we can do G, H and I. We can do G, H and I. So we will not do this one. We will do G, H and I. So y equals to x minus of 4 and x plus of 4. If I simplify it further, we'll get x square plus 4x minus of 4x minus of 16. We'll simplify further, because we have 2x. This and this get cancelled out. We are just left with x square minus of 16, because plus 4x minus 4x will be 0. So if I differentiate this one with respect to x, I'll be getting 2x, only 2x, because 16 differentiation, constant differentiation will be 0. So this is the part G. And for H, y equals to 2x plus 1, x plus of 3. So let us simplify this one. So 2x into x is 2x square, plus 3 times 2 is 6x, plus 1 times x is x, plus 3 into 1, 3. So if I, before differentiation, because we have to simplify further, 2x square plus of 7x plus of 3, 6x plus x is 7x. So if I differentiate this one with respect to x, 2 times 2 is 4, this gets multiplied with this 2, power get multiplied with 2, so 2 times 2 is 4, and power got subtracted with 1, so 2 minus of 1 is 1, so 4x, and power get multiplied with 7, 7, and power get subtracted, so 1 minus of 1 is 0, so x to power 0 will be 1, so 7 will be left, and differentiation of constant is 0, so we will be leaving that one. So the last part we will do in this page, y equals to 3x minus of 2, 2x plus of 1. So if I expand this one, it should give me 6x square plus of 3x, it should be minus actually, minus of 4x minus of 2, 2 times 1 is 2 minus of 2. So we'll simplify further because we have 2x like term. So if I simplify it, I'll get minus of x, 3x minus of 4x is minus of x, minus of 2, 6x square minus x minus of 2. So if I differentiate this with respect to x, I'll be getting 6 times 2 is 12, x to power 1, minus of differentiation of this will be equals to 1 because we have 1 here, right? So when this power get multiplied with 1, so we'll be having 1 itself, and power when subtracted with 1 gives us 0, so x raised to power 0 will be 0, so only 1 will be left, and this will be equals to 0. So this will be your final answer. I hope you understand this. We'll do some more questions. So this question is based on differentiation because we can find out the differentiation is actually dy by dx, and that is change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis. So that is actually related with the gradient. Gradient is also change in y-axis upon x-axis. So we can differentiate it to find out the gradient. Find the gradient of the curve, this one, at point x equals to minus 3. So we will be differentiate this one because the function is x square plus 7x plus of 3. So first we have to differentiate this one, and then we'll be putting the value of x in the differentiated value. Then we will find out the gradient of that particular point. So let's differentiate this. So if I differentiate this, I'll get 2x plus 7. Now I have to put the value of x as minus 3. So if I put the value of x as minus 3, I'll get the gradient of this particular curve. So minus of 6 plus of 7. 3 times 2 is 6. And minus 6 plus of 7 is 1. So what is the gradient actually? So gradient of this curve will be plus 1. We have solved the first part. So in the second part, find the x coordinate of the point of the curve of this curve where the gradient is 15. So now in this case we have find out the gradient, right? Now here they want us to find out the x coordinate where the gradient is 15. So we'll be putting the differentiation value of the function and we'll be equating it with 15. So 2x plus 7 equals to 15 we'll put, because the differentiated value will be equals to gradient and we'll find out the value of x, right? So 2x equals to 15 minus of 7. So 2x is 15 minus of 7 is 8, and x will be equals to 8 by 2, x equals to 4. So they just asked you the find out the x coordinate of the point. So it is 4. X coordinate is 4. Find the gradient of the curve y equals to x square plus 2x minus of 7 at point this one. The gradient, to find out the gradient, we have to differentiate the function, and then we have to put the value of x uh, for the particular curve. So we'll get the gradient of that curve. So what we have to do, the function is given as x square plus 2x minus of 7. To find out the gradient, we will be differentiating this one first. So if I differentiate this one, I'll get 2x plus 2, because I have taught you before, this 2 comes in before, multiplied with 1, and power gets subtracted with 1, and here only 2 left, because this 1 get multiplied with 2, and power gets subtracted with 1, so 1 minus 1 is 0, so x to power 0 gets 1. So we got the differentiation as 2x plus 2. We have done the differentiation of this one. Now we'll be putting the value of x as 4 in this. So if I put the value of x as 4, I'll get the gradient. So 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 is the gradient of this particular curve. At this point, x equals to 4. Now if I want to find out the x coordinate of the point of the curve where the gradient is 0, they are talking about the same curve, but they have given the gradient is changed now. The gradient is 0 now. If the gradient is 0, for example, the value that we got it is 2x plus of the differentiation is 2x plus 2. If I put this equals to 0, so I'll get the value of x, right? So 2x equals to minus 2, so x equals to minus 2 by 2, so x equals to minus 1. So minus 1 is the coordinate of x where the gradient of the curve is 0. So to find out the gradient of any curve, we have to differentiate this and put the value of x. You will get the gradient of the curve. And if we want to find out the coordinate, particular coordinate, and the gradient is given, we are going to equate the differentiated value with that particular respective gradient. So this is the end of the video. I hope you have learned a lot. Thank you so much for watching.